Hi and welcome to another short video. This one is going to be based on master detailed relationship as well as lookup relationships and basically the differences. Some of the main differences you should know is basically master detailed relationship. In order to have the, I guess the parent to the child as well, if you look at it like that, child has to have the master. So in other words, also if you delete the master relationship, the master record, it will delete the child record. So, I'll show you that as well. The other option is basically, when it comes to record details, it is, the permissions. Basically, if they have permissions to see the master, they will have those permissions to pretty much see the details as well, the detailed record as well. As for the lookups, it's slightly a little bit different, so they do need the permissions, right? I guess you can only create basically another two master relationships on the object, and for the lookups I believe it's about 40 or something like that you can create. Just check that. The other thing is when you're creating a master detailed relationship, you cannot create it on a standard object. So I'm here in my objects tab, and you can see the standard object. So I can't create between two standard objects, but I can create between standard and custom object, or two custom objects. So you can create a master detail between those two, but not between standard and standard. So just to give an idea, so let's go into our accounts, let's go fields, new, and let's create a master, and it won't give you that option to actually create it. So we can create lookups, but we can't create masters. So I guess let's just get started. Let's create a custom object. Let's go custom object, call it anything. You know what? Let's call it account 4. Why not? Account 4. Obviously you want to name it something a little bit more elaborate. You want to probably put on, reports, activities, and, searchables. I'm just going, generic, just because I want to just show it quick. Obviously, like I said, you want to make sure that in your org you follow, the best protocol and name it accordingly, give the details and all that. So let's go into our fields. Now, if we look at it, we can actually go ahead and create a new field. So now we are in our custom object. I called it account 4 just so I can keep it on top of the page, so I don't have to keep scrolling. Fields, new tab, and we see here, right here, we have detail master relationship. Let's go next. Create it. We're going to create it on accounts, make it very simple so we don't have to keep scrolling up and down. Couldn't call it accounts, but I'm pretty sure that's taken, so let's call it 1-1. Obviously, like I said, you want to call those fields something accordingly. Let's go next, and let's save. Now, because we created a custom custom object, we need to create a tab for it as well. So let's go back and let's create that tab in order for us to kind of go through it. Otherwise we won't be able to see it. New tab, account 4. Let's put anything. Go next. Yes. Visual for everybody. That's fine. Obviously you want to make sure that you have the highest security going on. Don't just do anything blindly like I am right now. This is just for the timing purpose. Okay. So now we have accounts set up. So if we put accounts, we should wait. Okay, we got to refresh. We'll see it now. Accounts 4. There we go. Let's open that up. Okay. This is our basically a custom object. New accounts. Let's go into fields. So our field account 11 is basically our master details, and then you're going to see that we have to make a selection basically. So let's go new. And you see account 11, which is what we put for our master detail, and you see the asterisk, which means we cannot create. So if I call this test 2, we cannot create a record without actually selecting something in particular. So let's say we want to select this looks like something random I created before. Why not? Let's select that. Now if you go into our accounts, which was that tab number 3. Okay. This is basically the master record, right? This is basically our master record. You can see right here, it's related to our test 2, which we just created. This is our master record. It's probably going to have a bunch of random stuff in here. Okay, let's just keep that open. Like I mentioned, if you delete the master, then the detail will get deleted as well. So if we just go here, right now we have one. Um, let's before we do a delete, let's go ahead and create a new field so we could do a lookup field. Lookup fields can go between like a custom to custom, standards between standards, custom to standard objects. So you can do a lookup like that, and they're not basically bound. So if you delete it, then the actual record itself won't get deleted. But in our case, if I delete the account, you'll notice if I delete the account, then that particular, then the actual record is going to get deleted as well, because our account is going to get deleted. So in that case, let's create a lookup to opportunities or something. That way we can just test an opportunity, and then when we delete it, you'll notice that it's not getting deleted. So let's go next, visible, yes, why not? And it should already put it into our layout, so I'm not going to bother with that. So I should already have it in my layout. Let's go ahead and create a new one. Let's call it test 3. Why not? Test 3. Interesting namings, isn't it? And you know what? This time let's create. You know what? Let's put it under this. I don't know what that is. Home to. Let's put it under that. Opportunity. I don't know. Pick something. There we go. As you see, it's not actually mandatory. I can go ahead and actually edit it as well. I can remove the opportunity, right? I can leave it blank, but when it comes to the master detail relationship, I cannot change it. So let's just save it like that. It's fine. Okay. Now we have 2. So if I go into my opportunity at the moment, all right, opportunities, and I find home. Let's see, all opportunities. Home. Why am I doing it like that? Home. Is it called home? Let's see. What did I name it? Wait, what did I put the opportunity as? I think it's number 2. Oh, I can name it something else. Okay, you know what? Let's create a new one. Let's call it test master. Dates, whatever. Just pick anything right now. Stage is fine too. And we have our test master. We'll go ahead here and let's give it a refresh. Obviously, like I said, naming, you want to make sure that you do everything accordingly. This is just for time and testing purpose, for you to understand basically. So now we have the 2. We have the opportunity here, and we have the master as well. So if we go ahead and we actually delete our opportunity now, let me give it a refresh. If we delete the opportunity, right, let's say I want to delete it, right, the opportunity now is deleted, but our record, it's still going to be here because it's a lookup record. It's not connected, right? But if we go back and we go into our accounts and we go into our, I believe it's that one we selected. Let's see. Account. Oh, my apologies. I picked account home 2. That's why I was a little bit off. Okay. We went into this one. So if I delete this right now, this account, this master account that this has a lookup on, you're gonna see that this will get deleted. So if I go ahead and I delete that, you're attempting to delete associated with the following cases. Yeah, that's okay. Well, you know what? Because we have cases on that, let's go and try to delete this one. Should be fine. There we go. That's deleted. That way, less headache. Okay, let's test it out. And you can see that the parent, the parent basically, or the master, deleted the child. So that's one of the things you got to keep in mind. So when you're creating this, just keep in mind that you can only create up to 2 masters and quite a bit of other ones. So, and it is basically within that object. So I can create one more, looking at, something else. I mean, like I can do cases. Let's go, we can create on cases. But after that, we won't be able to actually create another one. Okay, so we're gonna have to do basically a look. Okay, for in that case to occur, we're gonna have to do basically a lookup for the cases. So maybe let's see. Let's do another lookup real quick. Case. Go ahead, we'll call it whatever, it's fine. So now, once we save that, now we can go ahead and we can create our master on that. Wait, sorry. Now, what happens is we'll click on it. We can go edit, right? Change field type, and now we can create our master. So if you're not able to create it, you were getting that error message, and it tells you you have to create a lookup beforehand. So we're gonna have to create that lookup relationship first, right, to the standard, and then we go back and we change the type into master detail relationship, and now it will give us an option to basically go ahead and save it. You must first create a lookup, populate. Oh, that's right, we have to populate it as well. My apologies. Okay, so in order to continue, because it is required, right, because it's required, we have to go ahead and actually populate it. So we cannot continue creating the lookup into, you know, into that. So go ahead, we'll save that. I'm not sure why it's not giving me that option to go ahead and, let's see, accounts, fields, what are we looking at here? Cases, yeah, okay. I believe it's visible there. Yeah, cases is in place. So let's cancel the, okay, well, you know, we're gonna have to create basically a new one. So what we'll do is, let's go and delete this. All right, let's assume we don't have anything, but let's say we were gonna, right? So we can call whatever, pick opportunity, but because we're gonna be creating our case, we'll actually have to go ahead and select something, because we're putting the case into an into the master detail. So now we'll go back, we'll click, whoops, we'll click to edit. It's taking a little bit of time there, but once we click edit, we will go ahead, change field type. Now we're going to go master, and let's go ahead and save, and that's how we save it, because it has to be populated. The reason for that is, you know, without having, now this is something to keep in mind. When you have multiple records, let's say, if you have a lot of records, you have to go ahead and actually populate them. The reason for that is because we're creating a master to detail, and we cannot change the case anymore afterwards, right? Because it's a master to detail. We cannot change the case anymore afterwards. Just like, you know, our accounts 11, we cannot change it. So it's mandatory that it has an actual, you know, a lookup. If it doesn't, even though the individual record doesn't have it, you have to go ahead and, you know, populate it with something in order to be able to create that master. So if you were getting that error code, that's one of the reasons why you were getting that error code. I just went for a quick, simple way to do it quick, just to show you. And like I said, only 2 records, so I mean 2 master details, so we cannot create anymore. So make sure you have a good idea what you really want to base it on, because there's going to be a limits, definitely. So hopefully this helped you out. If you have any questions, feel free and reach out to me at the, you know, the details below, or you know, leave a comment. Thanks.